Come with me, just for a moment. Step away from the noise and the rush of our modern world. I want you to imagine you are standing at the edge of an ancient forest. The air here is different. It is cool and clean, filled with the rich, earthy scent of damp soil and decaying leaves. Sunlight filters down through a high canopy of green, painting shifting patterns on the forest floor. It is a quiet place, yet it is profoundly alive. Listen closely. Can you hear the gentle whisper of the wind as it moves through the leaves? It sounds like the breathing of the world itself, a slow, steady rhythm that has continued for millennia. This is a place of magic and tranquility, a cathedral built not by human hands, but by time. As you take your first steps into this remarkable world, your feet sink softly into a carpet of moss and fallen pine needles. The silence is broken by the sudden, cheerful call of a bird high above, its song a vibrant thread in the tapestry of sound. You look up, trying to glimpse it through the dense lattice of branches, and in that moment you feel a sense of connection. The forest is a theater of extraordinary diversity, a bustling metropolis of life where countless stories unfold every single moment. High in the canopy, a family of monkeys might leap from branch to branch with breathtaking agility, their calls echoing through the treetops. Below, a shy deer and her fawn might step cautiously into a sunlit clearing, their large, gentle eyes alert to any sound. These are the larger, more visible residents, the stars of this green stage. But the performance of life here extends far beyond what we can immediately see. The forest is teeming with creatures, each perfectly adapted to its unique home, each contributing to the vibrant health of the whole. Think of the birds, the feathered jewels that bring song and color to the woods, the brilliant flash of a kingfisher as it dives for a fish in a clear stream, the determined drumming of a woodpecker searching for insects in the bark of an old oak, the wise and silent flight of an owl as it hunts in the twilight hours. Each species has its own niche, its own part to play in the intricate web of life. They are the messengers of the forest, their presence or absence telling us a great deal about the well-being of the ecosystem. Their songs are the very soundtrack of these wild places, a constant reminder of the incredible richness that surrounds us. But the life of the forest is not confined to the treetops or the sunlit glades. It thrives in the shadows, under rocks, and within the soil itself. Armies of ants, bees, and butterflies, spiders. These small creatures are the unsung heroes, the tireless workers who sustain the entire system from the ground up. And we must not forget the plants, the very foundation of this entire world. Every leaf, every root, every petal is part of this grand, interconnected symphony of life. Forests are far more than just beautiful landscapes. They are the essential life support systems for our entire planet. They are often called the lungs of the earth, and for a very good reason. Through the remarkable process of photosynthesis, trees and plants absorb the carbon dioxide that we and our industries produce, and in return, they release the clean, fresh oxygen that we all need to breathe. Every breath you take is a gift from the green world. This silent, tireless work helps to regulate our climate, keeping our planet stable and habitable. Without our forests, the very air we depend upon for survival would become toxic, and the balance of our world would be irrevocably broken. They are also the great purifiers of our water. The complex network of roots from trees and other forest plants acts as a natural filter, cleaning rainwater as it seeps down into the ground. This water then feeds our rivers, streams, and underground aquifers, providing clean drinking water for countless communities downstream. I remember standing once in the heart of a great redwood forest in California. These trees were giants, living monuments. They were ancient when the Roman Empire was young. Looking up, it was impossible to see their tops. They simply disappeared into the sky. I placed my hand on the rough, deeply furrowed bark of one of these titans and felt a profound sense of humility. This tree had stood here for 2,000 years, a silent observer of human history. It had witnessed the changing of seasons. It had witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations. It was a powerful reminder that these forests hold stories and wisdom far older than our own. There are countless stories of rescue, small and large, that light the way forward. I once heard of a community in India that faced the devastation of their local forest by illegal logging. The women of the village, who depended on the forest for firewood and water, decided to act. They began the Chipko movement. The women simply hugged the trees to prevent the loggers' axes from falling. Their brave, non-violent protest captured the world's attention. They saved the source of their community's life. On a more personal level, many of us have our own stories of the forest. Perhaps it is a memory from childhood, building a den among the roots of a great beech tree. Or perhaps it is the memory of a quiet walk, a moment of clarity and peace found while listening to the sound of a stream. Despite their immense importance, our planet's forests are in grave danger. Every single minute, an area of forest the size of several football pitches is lost forever. This process, deforestation, is happening at an alarming rate across the globe. The Amazon, the Congo Basin, Southeast Asia. They are being cleared to make way for cattle ranches, palm oil plantations, soybean farms. This is not a distant, abstract problem. The silent fall of these great trees is one of the greatest tragedies of our time. Its consequences ripple outwards, affecting every living thing on Earth. The methods of destruction are brutal and efficient. Chainsaws whine from dawn until dusk, felling centuries-old trees in minutes. Huge bulldozers move in, scraping the earth bare, leaving a scarred, impoverished landscape. This is not sustainable harvesting, it is wholesale destruction. The rich, complex ecosystem that took thousands of years to develop is obliterated. Beyond the deliberate clearing of land, our forests face another, increasingly terrifying threat: fire. While fire can be a natural part of some forest cycles, the scale and intensity of the wildfires we are witnessing today are anything but natural. A warming climate, driven by human activity, is creating hotter, drier conditions that turn our forests into tinderboxes. A single spark, from a lightning strike or a careless human act, can ignite an inferno that rages for weeks, consuming millions of acres of woodland and destroying everything in its path. These megafires are becoming more frequent and more ferocious, a clear and frightening symptom of a planet out of balance. The devastation left in the wake of such a fire is absolute. The vibrant green canopy is replaced by a monochrome landscape of black and gray. The air, thick with smoke and ash, can travel for thousands of miles, choking cities and causing serious respiratory problems for millions of people. The animals that are not killed by the flames themselves are left with no food and no shelter. Just when the situation seems most bleak, we find reasons for hope. All around the world, there are remarkable people, dedicated communities who have taken a stand to protect the forests they love. They are the guardians of the green. Their stories are beacons that light our way forward. In Costa Rica, a country that once had one of the highest deforestation rates in the world, a concerted national effort has transformed the nation. Through government policies, payments for environmental services, and the growth of ecotourism, Costa Rica has managed to double its forest cover in just a few decades. We also see hope in the actions of indigenous communities. For centuries, these communities have lived in and from the forests, developing a deep spiritual connection and an unparalleled understanding of how to manage them sustainably. They are using modern technology like GPS mapping and drones to monitor their ancestral lands, documenting illegal logging and mining activities. Their knowledge, passed down through generations, and their legal fights are vital resources. Supporting their rights is one of the most effective ways to ensure forest conservation. The simple act of planting a tree is an act of profound optimism. Across the globe, massive reforestation projects are underway, driven by governments, nonprofits, and armies of passionate volunteers. Initiatives like the Great Green Wall aim to plant a vast belt of trees to combat desertification, restore degraded land, and create jobs and food security. So, what can we, as individuals, do? It can be easy to feel powerless in the face of such a large and complex problem. But we must not give in to that feeling. The truth is, the seeds of change are in our hands. Our daily choices, when multiplied by millions of people, have the power to transform the world. It begins with being a conscious consumer. Before you buy a product, ask where it comes from. Is the wood in that furniture certified by the Forest Stewardship Council, FSC? Does that snack you are eating contain palm oil from a sustainable source? By choosing products that do not contribute to deforestation, we send a powerful message to companies that we will not support the destruction of our planet's forests. We can also use our voices. Speak up for the forests. Talk to your friends. Talk to your family. Talk to your colleagues about why this issue matters. Write to your elected officials and demand stronger laws to protect forests, both at home and abroad. Support policies that combat illegal logging, promote reforestation, uphold the rights of indigenous communities. Join and donate to organizations that are on the front lines of forest conservation. Your voice, added to a chorus of others, can create a powerful demand for change. Never underestimate the power of a concerned citizen. We stand today at a critical crossroads in the history of our planet. The path we choose in the coming years will determine the fate of our forests and, ultimately, the fate of ourselves. We can continue on our current path of consumption and destruction and leave our children a poorer, more volatile, and less beautiful world. Or we can choose a different path. We can choose to be the generation that turned the tide, the generation that recognized the immense value of our natural world and took decisive action to protect it. The choice is ours, and the moment to decide is now. This is not a task for someone else, for some other time. It is our shared responsibility. I ask you to look into the eyes of a child. Think about the world you want them to inherit. Do you want them to know forests only from pictures in old books? Or do you want them to have the chance to walk, as we have imagined today, under the canopy of great trees, to hear the song of a bird in a sunlit glade, and to feel that profound sense of peace and belonging that only a living, thriving forest can provide? This is the legacy that is in our hands to give. It is a gift of incalculable worth, a gift of clean air, fresh water, a stable climate, and a world brimming with wonder and life. Let us make a promise. Become a guardian of the green. Plant a tree. Raise your voice. Make conscious choices. Support those who are fighting to protect our natural heritage. We must. For in saving them, we are also saving ourselves. The future of all life on Earth depends on it.